if you're here, you're probably a needy ass motherfucking bitch in relationships. You're probably annoying as hell. You're probably messaging them nonstop. You're probably thinking the worst all the time. You're probably constantly seeking approval and attention and love and affection from your partner. Or you're out there dating like a psychopath because you cannot give yourself what you're seeking. This is why cheating happens. This is why destructive behaviors happen. This is why coping with drugs, alcohol, and other stupidity and sex and fucking random people all the time in and out like a fucking drive-through happens. You're an anxious person because you probably lacked something in your formative years. Love from a parent. You probably got rejected and it hurt you. And when you're young, you take things as fact, right? Our brains don't actually know what's fact and what's fiction. We decide the meaning of what that action was and create something inside of us that can last a lifetime if we don't work on it. And at a young age, you don't really have that. You think emotionally, you think with your amygdala first, you process information in that part of your brain, which reacts emotionally, which looks at everything as a personal attack, as, oh my God, fact. But that doesn't clear you from the accountability that you need. You've become a needy, anxious person because you come from a place of, what do I always tell you guys? Lack. We've heard this term. We know this, situation station, so I'm not going to go too much into it. Think of the root word of needy, need. You need something from somebody. When you are needy, you act desperately because you need something badly. When you need food, you will do anything you can. You might even fucking kill someone to eat if you're starving. A lot of you guys act that way in relationships when it comes to dating. And like I've said before, that is the biggest, most unattractive thing and the reason why your dating life doesn't succeed. I made a video on this. Go watch it. Click right here because this will give you some good mind switches and fundamentals that will really benefit you moving forward. Neediness is because you believe yourself that you cannot provide yourself with what you think you want or need or are seeking at that moment. When I talk about cheating, they're seeking something that they can give themselves. I can't provide it for them. Neither can the next bitch. And that's why it's a cycle. That's why people say once a cheater, always a cheater, is because if you don't heal that, you will constantly look for things elsewhere. You're looking for approval. You go online, you post a half-naked ass photo. By all means, babe, make your bank, whatever, do you. I'm not shitting on it, but that's the reality of it. Why do we post? We want attention. Don't lie. I post, I want attention too. If we don't see that, we will always be a needy ass partner. Because the funny thing is people who are needy and are unhealthy will oftentimes blame their partner for not being enough for them. The reality is you're not enough for yourself, so nobody in that place or space that you've created and put so much importance on will ever be able to be enough for you. And so you will run around and struggle to the point where you'll break and you'll become desperate. And then you'll attach to somebody who is probably unhealthy, who will give you that hot and cold back and forth that you'll become addicted to. And that's where an avoidant person and an anxious person thrive and meet. Two unhealthy fuckers coming together with zero unison. Let's be real here. A fucking circus. All right. Now, how do you stop being needy? Let's say you're building a computer. I know nothing about computers, mind you. I know absolutely nothing about computers. I assume you fucking put wires together into a machine, input, output, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You put everything together. You thought that this was it. You were told this is how you build the computer. You try to turn on the computer. Doesn't work. What do? You open up the computer again and you rewire the wires. You go back and see, okay, that one connects to here. Okay, and that one connects to here and here and here and here. You realize where you fucked up. One wiring mistake created this whole circuit to just be off and not work. I'm really pushing this analogy, I know. You rewire the right way. It might take you a minute, it might be frustrating, complicated. There's lots of wires going everywhere. Once you do it, the computer works. That's exactly how you are as a human being. You've been wired a specific way, and I'm not saying by the world and whatever. Yes, it contributes to it, but the way you processed what the world was doing around you and what it said about you or to you, that's all you. That's your responsibility. There's a little buffer barrier here that, when we're young, we don't really know about. We can't pause and process. This processing period is your armor. Okay, this protects you from the world. This processing period is where you make meaning out of things, where you create fiction into fact, or where you can make fact into fiction. This is where you can build confidence or destroy your entire self-esteem. You are needy because you are not confident in what you have to offer to yourself. You believe that you cannot, you believe that you lack. And that is where the issue with confidence, therefore neediness, therefore being desperate, therefore attracting the wrong people, therefore getting into unhealthy relationships, therefore not having boundaries happens. You see how whether or not being a healthy person can fuck up your entire life? Now you can hide and you can lie and you can conceal with a hardcore armor like I used to do, be hot and cold, play those games, be at an arm's length distance, play people, fuck around, hurt people, lie, cheat, scheme to make yourself seem like a strong, independent bitch, confident, fucking, I don't need nobody, I don't need no fucking, shut up. We're human beings. We are social beings. We don't need it to survive per se. But it's very healthy for us to have people, to talk to people, to be around people, to build relationships. That's why we want relationships so bad. It's kind of like wired in us to search for a partner, for somebody, companionship, whatever that might look like to you. You're so traumatized and you have allowed so much time to go by without you actually getting to the core of your fucking issue. It's not that your partners aren't enough. It's that you're not enough for yourself. I'm going to tell you a few ways to be less needy. And these things are basically training you to start looking at the root of the problem. I'm going to make a confidence video kind of going over a lot of things about confidence in general, but I truly believe that neediness comes from lack of confidence in yourself. You need to ask yourself, why am I seeking this in other people? Number one. Number two, is that smart for me to do that? If you're so scared, right? If you're not confident and you're scared of disappointment, you're scared of whatever, why are you relying on other people? Other people will disappoint you way more than you can disappoint yourself because you know what you're capable of and you know you can do certain things and you know other people may or may not do it. You can't control them. It's so funny how we are so scared of relying on other people and trusting and this and whatever. And we seek loyalty and we're scared of being cheated on. Yet, our whole life, who we are, how we view ourselves, we put onto the rest of the world. That's stupid. That's dumb, stupid, and dumb, okay? I'm not saying to neglect other people in this world or other factors in this world. I'm saying check yourself because what you are looking for is something you will never find in somebody else. You might find doses of it, but again, you're becoming attached to that person because they give you a little hit of what you feel like you need, what you lack in yourself. And then you become codependent and attached to people. And if you don't get it, you freak the fuck out and you act in crazy ass ways. And you wonder why your partner's annoyed with you. And you wonder why they're getting less excited to be around you. And you wonder why you scare men and women off when you try and date. It's because people sense that energy. Even if you act a certain way, even if you act all tough and cold and whatever, people can read through that. They won't be able to tell you that they can read through that, but they'll feel it. We're energetic beings. Whether you believe in that or not, it's science, bro. It's fucking science. And that's the reality of it. It starts with action. People think that action is like the last thing you need to do. Like first you need to rewire your brain and then you need to take action. Sometimes we have to do things backwards, right? Because that process wasn't working for you. So you need to switch it up, right? You need to take action. If you're feeling needy, if you're feeling like, oh my God, I need attention. Like, babe, why don't you love me? Why don't you compliment me? Whatever. I want you to stop. I want you to think twice. Can you give yourself that right now? You horny? Go masturbate. You want love? Go cuddle with your dog. Or write yourself a love letter. Or do something that you enjoy. Start swapping out what you normally have been doing that obviously is not serving you, that's making you an unhealthy partner, that's making you unattractive, and see if you can swap it out for something else. What I'm saying is not rocket science. Okay, I don't know what you're expecting in this video. Me to fucking give you the answer and the key to fucking life. No such thing. You need to take action. So every single time you feel needy, you need to pause. And this is a skill that I've spoken about in almost every video. And it comes down to this skill in everything in life. You want something, you need to have this skill. The processing buffer from the external before it hits your internal. This is where you thrive. This is what changes your life. This period, this little bubble. I want you to envision like this layer, a few inches away from you. Every time you feel like you're being needy or you're about to be needy or you're about to be annoying, I want you to pause. Why do I want this? What can I do instead that is healthier? And it's not going to be easier. And it might not feel as good in the moment, but with time it will. That will make you more attractive in your relationships. That will also make you more happy. That'll make you feel more accomplished and therefore help your confidence level. When you can start giving yourself things, when you can start taking care of yourself, you're a fucking rock star. You are untouchable. The words of other people won't affect you as much. The way the world is around you won't affect you as much because you've got yourself. Now, this is not an overnight thing, so don't get excited. This takes a long time. The only way that you can accomplish this is with extensive, excruciating discipline and accountability through and through. You can talk to your partner in a relationship and say, I'm aware that maybe I have needy tendencies and I want to work on them. It's not because I don't want to receive love from you or affection or attention, but it's because I need to be able to provide myself with that and not always rely on you for it, even if you do give it to me. And maybe depending on the type of dynamic you have or what works for you, you can actually tell your partner to keep you accountable at times if they want to be a part of this journey. At the end of the day, though, I like to highlight this point. Just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean that your baggage is our baggage. When two people come into a relationship, I like to say a team. That's what I like to say, a partnership. When you come into a team, everyone brings in their own baggage. But if it's your baggage, it's your responsibility, not your partner's. Don't get me wrong, you'll have baggage in the relationship, combined baggage. That is both of your problems, and you both got to work on it. But if you come in with insecurities and self-esteem issues and neediness and an anxious attachment style, that's you, not your partner's problem. It'll affect your partner if it's not dealt with and if you don't heal it. And then it'll become your problem. And then your partner will resent you because they know it's your baggage that became our baggage. That's how a lot of relationships actually start to crumble. And here's the thing. You think it's just an argument, but it's a deeply rooted issue that comes from one of you or both of you. And it cannot be solved by a partner compensating for your lack. If anything, that's actually destroying your sense of independence and individuality and self, which is what is attractive in a relationship. That you guys don't need each other, that you want each other, and that you're here to enhance each other's lives. But you can only do that if you're taking care of yourself. I'm not telling you to pause and get out of a relationship. And this is something stupid I've actually been asked so many times. And I'm sorry if you've asked me this question, but it's actually a stupid fucking question if you think about it. Should you go and heal this before you get into a relationship? Should you step away from the relationship to go and heal this? If it's made the relationship toxic and tainted the relationship, perhaps. If your partner is unhappy and wants to leave, they have every right to leave. However, do you ever stop healing? Like, do you think, oh my God, I'm going to go and heal and I'll be right back and then we'll be good. I'll be healed and I can be in a relationship again. Bitch, you're going to be healing for the rest of your life. Not because of this, but because of many other things in life. I believe that the whole point of life is this. Is to experience yourself. Is to help yourself. Is to heal yourself. Is to understand the power in yourself. And when you don't, you're just going to be served more and more in shit. But when you do, life will start to really open up to you. Life will become worth living, you know? In the meantime, you're a slave to your own self. And that's fucked up. That you've created that for yourself. Chances are the neediness is because you also don't have your own life going for you. You don't have hobbies. You don't have things that can occupy your time, that can invigorate your soul, that can stimulate your mind, that can give you stuff. That's your mission too. Pause, reflect, change your action, find shit that can fulfill you, that is healthy, and learn to be on your own and self-soothe. Self-soothing is something that, a lot of us really have never learned when we were younger. We were either put down as a baby when we were crying, or we were given something to shut us up, like a pacifier or whatever, distraction. So we never really learned to soothe ourselves when we don't feel good, or when we're feeling anxious or uncomfortable, or when we feel like we need something from somebody. We don't know how to really sit there and soothe ourselves, calm ourselves down, think clearly, process, and then reevaluate and take action. And this is sort of the way in which you should be taking on every single thing in your life is, pause, evaluate, and see why. Ask yourself questions. Why do I feel this way? Why do I want this? What's the point of this really? Can I provide myself this? Is there other ways I can go about this? And that's what makes you an educated person, right? In life. To problem solve, to be in a relationship, to make choices, to make life decisions, period. Right? To be a good employee, to be a good CEO, to be a good business person, partner, friend, mother, sister, brother, you name it. Confidence comes from action, not bullshit mantras. All right. Not reading a book and then being like, okay, now I'm confident. No, not watching a YouTube video and thinking that's it. The whole point of these tools of meditating, mantras, YouTube videos, journaling, reading, whatever, is to prompt action. Is to do something about what you're struggling with. Do something about it. And if you can't do anything about it in the moment, which you always can, by the way, sit in your shit and feel your emotions and work on your mental. But that's still doing something. There is never something that you cannot do. There is never something that you cannot do. And that is in regards to any issue at hand and also you in this world. If you believe that you can be more confident, if you believe that you're worthy, if you believe that you can provide yourself with something, you'll be fine. You'll be confident. You'll work through it. You won't be needy. You won't be an annoying little leech in a fucking relationship. You feel like you lack because you don't believe that you can give yourself that, because you don't feel worthy, because you don't believe in the power of yourself, because you're insecure. And it shows to people who understand this concept. And if it doesn't show, people feel it. For those that don't understand the concept, regardless, people know. And this is why relationships will be difficult if you do not work on this. I want to take a few moments just to say thank you to all of these amazing new subscribers that I've received. I'm so thankful for you guys and for supporting me and for listening and watching. Whether you agree or disagree, doesn't matter. I appreciate you nonetheless for being here and leaving comments and messages. I really do take all of the requests that you guys have and write them down, and I will go through them. We've got lots of sexy topics coming through because I know you guys love it. So stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed. Please don't forget to rate my podcast 5 stars. It really does help me so much, and it provides me with so many other opportunities and things that I can bring to this channel that I really want to give to you guys. You guys are fucking rock stars, and I love every single one of you. Even my trolls. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.